Good day, folks. Welcome to Just Omer. And my name is Omer Ahern, Jr. And these are my periodic reports to the people of Grafton County and beyond on what is going on in the Grafton County government here in Grafton County, New Hampshire. And I want to thank the folks here at PBTV for giving me this opportunity to share with you what's going on. I am a Grafton County Commissioner. I serve the whole county, but I'm elected from District 3, which are the towns on the eastern side of Grafton County and southern part of Grafton County, which includes Plymouth, of course, Hebron, Campton, up to Holderness, and up to Campton and Warren, and over to Grafton and Bridgewater, and the towns of Bristol, Ashland, and of course Wentworth, and all the towns in between. I serve with two other county commissioners. The commissioner elected from District 1, which are the towns of Hanover, Lebanon, and Enfield, and that is Commissioner Wendy Piper. Commissioner Piper is the chairperson of the Grafton County Board of Commissioners for the next 2 years. And we also now serve with Commissioner Martha McLeod from up in Littleton, and she serves all the people of Grafton County, but she's elected from District 2, which includes all the towns in northern and western Grafton County. If I said eastern Grafton County for me, then I'm right, but in District 3, that's eastern and southern Grafton County, but District 2 are the towns of northern and western Grafton County. So, and we meet every week, normally on Tuesday mornings at 9 o'clock, and it's been a while since I've been making these reports, so I want to quickly, well, not quickly, but I've got about 3 weeks of reports that I would like to bring to your attention. So the first report is the February 8th meeting, and that meeting did start at 1:30. That's kind of a unique situation, but because we had a number of public hearings, we're kind of required by the federal regulations and a lot of these agencies that we were conducting the public hearings for, because they're receiving federal dollars, federal tax dollars. We're supposed to make these meetings in the afternoon to make it easier for members of the public to come and attend those meetings. And all of these public hearings were also available via Zoom. So, but the meeting itself started at 1:30. Our first item on the agenda after we do the Pledge of Allegiance was Karen Clough, the Human Resource Director, and she gives us a monthly report of, right now, it's mostly what each department, how many of our departments are looking for people to fill positions. And still, right now, we have positions open for corrections officers in the Department of Corrections, the jail and the House of Correction. We are looking still for nursing staff in the nursing home, registered nurses, licensed nursing assistants, people working in the housekeeping units. We're also looking for people to work in our maintenance department, electricians, and just general maintenance people. A lot of things to be maintained in our facilities, because we have a county courthouse that has elevators and heating and ventilation and air conditioning issues and water issues. We have a very new Department of Corrections, and of course we have our administration building, and we have our nursing home, 135-bed nursing home. And right now we're only budgeted to fill 100 of those beds because we don't have enough nursing staff to take care of 130 35 people. That is the number of beds that we have. And part of the reason why we don't have all the nursing staff that we wanted is because when the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, issues were arising, almost 3 years ago, the federal government and the state government required nursing staff to be vaccinated, and we had a number of outstanding nursing department people who would not get vaccinated, and the federal government and the state government told us we had to dismiss those people, which is very, very unfortunate. So Karen Clough, the Human Resource Director, she gives us a report of the openings that we have, and people come in and then they leave, and so part of her report is to let us know sometimes there's usually exit interviews and why people are leaving. The next item, we had a quick public hearing on a CDBG public hearing, and this was for business business plan hearings, is to help businesses in Grafton County. Then we had a mid-grant public hearing for micro enterprise technical assistance, the money that's going to be coming from the feds on how we can help our small businesses here provide more jobs and help. Sometimes it's as simple as making some money available to buy some extra cloth material to make clothing. Sometimes that's what helps a small business in Grafton County to get over that hump and start making a good business. Then we had a mid-grant public hearing. Again, micro enterprise. I just talked about that. Then we had a public hearing on a CDBG micro enterprise grant, and so we had a number of those hearings. One of the things that I want to mention to you from the February 8th report is the Superior Court report. This is a report that we get from the Superintendent of the Department of Corrections. And basically, this is a multi-page document. And this document tells us who are presently being held in our Department of Corrections, either pretrial or sentenced, and what courts are sentencing them, and what they're being incarcerated for. A lot of violation of the Controlled Drug Act, criminal threatening, resisting arrest, incest, theft by unauthorized taking. These are just some of the things that people are doing. A lot of Controlled Drug Act violations, simple assault, violation of probation, felony sexual assault, aggravated felonious sexual assault. Disobeying a police officer, possession of prescription drugs, illegal possession of prescription drugs. Just goes on and on and on. A lot of sexual, felonious, aggravated felonious sexual assault, stalking, criminal mischief, just a whole bunch of things that we're holding people for. It's amazing what what crimes people are committing that gets them into trouble. Those are the things that we discussed on February 8th, and then we had those public hearings at the rest of the afternoon. The next meeting I want to talk about is the meeting on February 14th, and again that meeting started at 11 a.m. Because Commissioner Piper was just getting back from attending a National Association of Counties meeting down in Washington, D.C., And so she couldn't make the meeting on Tuesday morning until a little bit later in the morning. Again, we start off with the Pledge of Allegiance, and then the first item was we met with with three people who make up the Bethlehem Energy Association, and they were talking with us about the success that they've had in the last couple of years. They came and talked with the commissioners about 2 years ago, I think, about trying to put into place more energy efficient programs in the towns up in northern Grafton County, Bethlehem specifically. And so we talked with those folks, and they're looking for some more money from the county in order to do some more projects up there. A lot of it is solar that they're doing, but also there is some new oil fired energy and gas fired energy. So we talked with those folks. They're also looking for some money from the ARPA funds that the county may be giving out. Then we met with Ben White, the interim farm manager. He's been our herdsman, making sure that our dairy herd is coming along well. And Ben has done a great job. He's been with the county now, I think, for about 10 years. And right now, he is the interim farm manager, but he gives us a monthly report. And the milk that we produce at Grafton County is sold to the Agrimark wholesaler. And so maybe some of the milk that you buy in some of the local stores may come from Grafton County up in North Haverhill. We also met with Craig Labor, the nursing home administrator, and he gives us a very interesting report every month. And this is his report right here. And part of that report is to tell us what the census is at the nursing home. As I said earlier, we budgeted for 100 folks, residents in the nursing home, but right now, as of February 14th, we only had 82 residents in our nursing home, and of those, 3 of them are Medicare residents. That is, Medicare is paying their nursing home care fees. 58 of the residents are Medicaid. Then we have 3 Veterans Administration residents there. We have 3 hospice. And then we have 16 private pay residents there. So we still had some, empty beds there that we are trying to fill. So, folks, if you have a loved one, a grandparent or a parent, or a brother or sister that really needs some long-term, outstanding care in a nursing home, look into Grafton County Nursing Home up in North Haverhill. We have some outstanding nursing staff up there, and it's a nice environment. It's very, it's quiet up there, and people get to look at the cows, especially during the summertime in the spring and fall, and then some of the residents can look out across the street during the summertime and see the crops growing across the street. And it's just a very nice atmosphere. So consider that. But the other topics that Craig Labor, the nursing home administrator, discussed with us is they're decommissioning the COVID unit. When COVID was, first made its appearance, the federal government and the state government told us that we needed to have a separate COVID unit in the nursing home. But now that things have slowed down, the feds have told us that we can close that down sometime in early May. And then we have another thing he discussed with us is the end of the federal public health emergency, which will be on May 11th. But there may be some need to not close that down fully at that time. Then Craig talked with us about the need for some help for the Meals on Wheels program for the Upper Valley Senior Center. And it may be how Grafton County can maybe help them out. And one of the ways that Grafton County, through the nursing home, has been able to help them is to provide some of the meals for their Meals on Wheels program. So it looks like the county kitchen, county nursing home kitchen, will be preparing up to 100 meals a week for the Upper Valley Senior Center. And then the last item was a request for some special legal needs in order for the county to make sure that the county nursing home makes sure that the nursing home gets paid when people have financial resources that may not be available, even though they should be available. So that's what happened on the 14th of February. Then our last so we met yesterday. Yesterday was the too many things going on here. Yesterday was the 21st of February. Again, another full agenda. We started out again at 9 o'clock. This was a 9 o'clock meeting. So we started out at 9 o'clock with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by our County High Sheriff, Jeff Stiegler. And Sheriff Stiegler was the first person on the agenda for that day. And he gave us his monthly report of transports by the Sheriff's Department, court transports, CSO movements from jail to court, juvenile transports, involuntary emergency admissions. So there were 7 court transports, 35 prisoner transports, 16 CSO movements from the jail to the court, 1 juvenile transport, and 9 involuntary emergency admissions. The Sheriff's Department performed 54 arrests, arrests on a warrant, Superior Court, civil warrants, in-state warrants, and a group of other warrants for a total of 34. There were 148 civil services. That might be a landlord-tenant writ. It might be, civil lawsuits where documents have to be served on the various parties. So in New Hampshire, the Sheriff's Department is the one that serves civil process. Other states have different forms of providing civil process. Right now, there are a total of 406 active warrants, criminal warrants out there. There are 406 people out there that are avoiding court or are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and warrants for their arrest have been issued. And so those have been filed with the Sheriff's Department for the Sheriff's Department to locate these people and bring them into the system so that they can appear in front of the judge. And then again, there's 16 active civil warrants for a total of 423. The Sheriff's Department had 15 motor vehicle stops. So if the Sheriff's Department is out on the road, they have the authority to stop cars for speeding and for any other motor vehicle violations. The Sheriff's Department, the deputies, and the Sheriff's Office, they drove a total of 22,714 miles in the month of January. So this is the type of report that we get. There are some specifics that he talks about. He says, in addition to pre-existing cases and investigations, the Grafton County Investigative and Computer Forensic Units had the following activity for the month of January. The Criminal Division continues to learn and often struggle with the new records management system called CSI. So, narcotic offenses, there were 2. Possession of child sexual abuse images, 1. Other sex offenses, 1. Assaults, 2. Assist outer agencies, whether that's federal agencies, FBI, or other, state police, or other counties, or other states. Assaults, 2. Technical assistance, 5. ICAC search warrant operations, 2 of those. Plea and sentence for possession, distribution of child sex abuse images, 3 of those. Evidence or property obtained to include electronics or storage medium for review, examination, delivered or taken into the computer forensic unit at our Sheriff's Department. We have a very outstanding computer forensic unit. Audio, video, 10 of those. Communication devices, cell phones, 9 of those. Computer hardware, software, 3. Electronic equipment, 2. And drugs, 1. In terms of training for the Sheriff's Department, 2 of our investigators were trained in a wellness/mental health seminar. 1 investigator did complete his statutory training on implicit bias ethics and de-escalation. And then 1 of our investigators was recertified in use of the forensic tools. He would like more of our deputies to be trained in crisis intervention. So that's what's going on in the Sheriff's Department. We also then, the next person was Heather Bryant with University New Hampshire Cooperative Extension. And Heather been with the county, or has had her office at the county for many years now. And she came in to request the okay of the commissioners for Grafton County to participate in a sweet potato variety trial project. And she brought us in a picture of where the trial would happen on the county land, which will be right across the street from the nursing home. And this is something that's going to go on this summer. They're going to be doing a trial on 12 sweet potato variations. So, of course, the commissioners approved that opportunity to help our local agricultural community by maybe helping them find some new varieties of sweet potatoes. So that was something that we're very pleased to be able to provide this service here at Grafton County to help our local ag people. The next person on the agenda was Tom Elliott, the Department of Corrections superintendent. And Tom gives us a pretty detailed report each month. His report starts out with the inmate population at our 154-bed correctional facility, which was built in, I think, 2011. And in the male medium unit, we have 15 inmates there. In the female unit, we have 12 female residents there, 2 of which are from Coos County. Coos County no longer has the capabilities to house female units, females in their units up there. So Grafton County has worked out a program where we provide that type of service for Coos County. In the D unit, which is the male sentenced unit. There are 12 inmates there. And then in the male maximum unit, the C unit, there are 11 inmates there. And then we have 4 people in intake awaiting trial and awaiting to be classified before being able to go into one of the other units. So we also have 20 people out of the facility. They may be on monitoring, or they just may be out on a court order allowing them to be out pending coming back for trial. So the total population is 74. And again, we have it's a 150-bed correctional facility. We've only got 74 people there. But again, because we've got 5 pods there, the E unit, F unit, D unit, C unit, and the intake, we have to have at least 1 corrections officer for each one of those units. And the intake unit actually has 2 or 3 corrections officers there, because there's a whole number of single cells there, for lack of a better word, units. And the people there that are being held in there may be there with some serious problems, whether it's mental health or dealing with drug withdrawal or alcohol or any number of issues. And they, for their safety, we've got to keep a close eye on those folks. Right now, the community corrections report from the superintendent, we have 1 person out on electronic monitoring. Right now, we have no one out on daily work release, and we have 15 residents on pretrial services. Operation Impact, Corporal Balch, B-A-L-C-H, has been doing presentations in some of the local schools. Woodsville High School, an anatomy of a DWI, incarceration, promotion at Lebanon High School and Lebanon Middle School and Hanover High School on, some of the ramifications of not following the law, having to come to the House of Correction. Lebanon Middle School received a program on a day in the life of an inmate, vaping and internet safety. Lebanon Middle School also received a day in the life of an inmate, vaping and internet safety. And then there was internet safety program at the Newfound Middle School. Also, Corporal Balt has been working in the jail periodically. So, again, Corporal Balt spends a lot of time out in the community under the Operation Impact program. Sergeant Griffin has been doing a lot of work at our farm operation, and he's great. He's helping. I think we have about 7 inmates from the correctional facility that are now working in the farm, helping to milk the cows, clean out the stalls and things like that, which is a much better number than what we've been experiencing in the last couple of years due to COVID and the court closures and bail reform. Then we have the FIRM program, the Focused Integration, Rehabilitation, and Reentry program. The M stands for Movement Program. And we have right now 1 current participant. And again, the FIRM program deals with drug and alcohol rehabilitation. So this is kind of what's going on at the House of Correction. And just a lot of, just a lot of things that we're doing now in county government that we weren't doing 60 years ago or back in the 1870s when the county governments were first set up. After dealing with and receiving the report from the Superintendent of Corrections, Mr. Elliott, we did sign a proclamation for National Therapy Animal Day coming up in April. We received the January financial report from the county administrator, Mrs. Libby. We also were advised that Senator Shaheen's office has reached out to us for some congressionally directed spending. That is making maybe there could be some money that we could apply for at Grafton County through the federal government with the help of Senator Shaheen's office. And there may be some Gopher funding out there for county emergency equipment funding. And we spent a lot of time talking about some more ARPA funding. We still have some ARPA money that we may be able to make available to communities and other people, other entities in need out there. So I can't believe my time is all gone. I want to thank again PBTV for allowing me this opportunity. I really appreciate working with Commissioners Piper and McLeod. And if you have any questions, you can contact me at my email, omer.ahern.jr@gmail.com. My phone number is 764-6024. Thank you for listening. God bless America, and God bless the Granite State of New Hampshire. Thank you, take care, and God bless.